How's it going, everyone? Wraith here with my official review of Rage 2. I've been able to play quite a bit of it so far, and I'm having a blast at it and wanted to let you know how I feel about it. I tried to get a video uploaded earlier, but this game is just too fun, I guess. My bad. Anyway, I appreciate all of you and the support you have for this channel, and for those of you who are new here, be sure to subscribe and set up notifications to stay on top of what happens on the channel. Alright, let's dig in. Rage 2 has been out for a good amount of time, and lots of people have already been playing it and expressing mostly good opinions on it so far. Most of the reviews I've already seen have been good and pretty much promoted the game, which I think it's an amazing game and definitely worth the time to invest into. I played the first Rage and had a lot of fun with it. The game did have some flaws and wasn't perfect, but it was fun and had a lot of lore to explore. Rage 2, on the other hand, has built on what was good with Rage 1 and added even more to it, making it more of an open world and expanding on abilities that the player is able to use. In Rage 1, we at least were able to craft components, but now in Rage 2, we can craft materials, obtain nanotrait abilities, upgrade weapons, upgrade the Phoenix, and many other things. My favorite new feature is the nanotrait abilities. There are many in the game that are found mostly in the arcs, which are all over the wasteland, and they help out a lot when you play on the harder difficulties and when there are a lot of enemies swarming around you. My favorite is the ground slam, or just slam, which has Walker, the protagonist, jump in the air and then slam it to the ground, obliterating everything in the affected area. When you upgrade it, you can spread the area of the slam and add a vortex to gather enemies closer to the slam. Also, the higher you are, the more damage you'll do when you slam on the ground. The abilities themselves can be upgraded using Feltrite and then upgraded further using nanotrait boosters. I'll be honest, I didn't know what to do with the nanotrait boosters until about 15 hours into the game, so if you haven't bought or played Rage 2 yet, use the boosters whenever you get them. The boosters can be found throughout the wasteland along with purchasing them from merchants. The other upgrades are very useful as you can make your weapons better. Each weapon, except for the Seller's Pistol and BFG 9000, have different upgrades or mods which are very similar to Doom 2016, so it's pretty straightforward there. I really enjoy the guns in Rage 2, especially the shotgun. It has a satisfying feel to it and is very powerful. I was a huge fan of the combat shotgun in Doom 2016, but now I'm a huge fan of this one. All the other guns are great as well, but another one that really stands out to me is the charged pulse cannon. It is really effective to most of the enemies, and when you have Overdrive on, it really packs a punch. Overdrive is basically a power-up that buffs your weapons and abilities for a short time, and it really makes Rage 2 a whole lot different. You can typically use it often and can upgrade it to last longer as well. I'm glad the developers made it like that instead of more like a super that you would save for the right moment and then wait forever for the next use. Each weapon will help out in certain situations, and it's super easy to swap between them to find the right tool for the job. To be a wasteland superhero, you not only need your trusty shotgun or other weapons, but also your wing stick. The wing stick makes a comeback in Rage 2 and has a lot more refinement to it. They also give you the option to change the skin of the wing stick, so if you like having bananas on it, then that's your choice. You also get other equipment such as a grenade, turret drone, and health and ability and overdrive infusions. The health infusion is basically one way to revive your health along with collecting Feltrite. Both the overdrive and ability infusions reduce their cooldowns. Just like the weapons and other abilities, you can upgrade the inventory and their efficiency. On the downside, there were at times that when using the wing stick, the game would have a bug or something where it wouldn't show up, and I would basically be throwing an invisible wing stick. Not a big deal and could be fixed in a future patch. Other than that, the other options work great and I haven't had any issues with them. Each faction you help throughout the wasteland will unlock projects, which are another way to upgrade your character. There are many helpful ones, so definitely get to it early on in the game. Doing missions or side missions will usually give you project points as rewards, so it's pretty easy to upgrade those abilities and such. Each faction is a different color. For instance, the missions for Kvasir are blue, yellow for Hagar, and pink for Marshall. They also tend to have a certain theme to them, as I've noticed, such as anything really related to tech or ranger stuff would be for Kvasir, protecting the roads would be for Hagar, and really anything else like bandits and mutants are for Marshall. Anyway, there are a good amount of missions and side missions to explore, and after a while you will see the map filled with places to go. Some people have complained that there aren't enough enemies or things to do in the game. For one thing, it's a wasteland, not New York City, so of course it's not going to be super populated of enemies everywhere. After playing for almost 20 hours, I haven't really had too much time in between locations with nothing to see or bandits to fight. I'm sure once I have most of the map completed, it will feel empty, but I feel that it is really balanced out. But if you have already played the game, let me know your thoughts on that. It's really easy to get around the map as well. There are a ton of vehicles that you can operate, and once you get the Icarus, the flying vehicle, then traveling becomes a breeze. Not to mention there are also fast travel locations at settlements, so that can be very helpful. The Phoenix is your main vehicle that you can upgrade and repair throughout your time in the wasteland. It's actually a fun vehicle to drive, and the controls for it aren't too bad as well. One thing I hope they do implement in the future would be to customize the cosmetics and color of the vehicles, at least for the Phoenix. With the amount of updates between now and the end of the year, anything is possible.
Requesting backup. Warning, enemy lock-on detected. 90% integrity.
The enemies in the game are a whole lot different this time around than the first Rage. The Authority make a comeback and are a lot more challenging as well. You don't usually fight them often, but they will make an appearance around certain arcs, along some roads, and within the story missions. They have a mix of enemies to fight, like the mutants, up to the cyborgs, who are among the most challenging to interact with. Along with the Authority, there are also other bandit clans such as the Goon Squad, the Immortal Shrouded, the River Hogs, and then of course the Abaddon Mutants. Each clan tends to be in a certain location for the most part, but can be anywhere. Once the first DLC is released, there will be the Ghost Clan, which were in the first Rage game. With many updates in the future, there could be more enemies and factions to fight against as well. As far as the story goes, the game takes place 30 years after the events of the first Rage game. The developers say that you don't have to play the first game to understand Rage 2, but let's be honest, you're going to want to play the first game to really understand things. At least that's how I feel, that you'll be able to fully appreciate the lore and everything within the game. There is plenty of context provided within your playthrough, and on top of that, they have somewhat of a codex to check out if you want to dig into the story more. After about 20 hours, I have yet to finish the last mission, mostly just because I have been, having fun exploring and taking out bandits everywhere I go. The nice thing though is that when you finish the game, you can keep playing afterwards, so there's really no ending to the game. So if you want to blow through the campaign, you can, or if you want to take your time, then you'll get more value out of the game. All in all, Rage 2 is definitely worth the buy and will keep you busy for many hours. With all the new features and abilities, you can really feel like a wasteland superhero. There are some things that I wish that could be within the game, but they haven't really affected my enjoyment of the game, and with many updates there will be more things to come. If you're still on the fence about this one, I can tell you without a doubt that you'll have a lot of fun with it. Game is not perfect, but you will enjoy it. I have really had fun with it and hope to be covering more topics on it up until E3, or when more content is released for it in the future updates, or when we have more Doom Eternal stuff to obsess about. I hope you found this video to be helpful and have enjoyed the video. I know I didn't cover everything in this video, so if you want me to cover a specific part of the game, let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button and share this video, as it really helps me out on the channel. Also be sure to check out my Instagram and Twitter accounts at RipNtear Gaming to stay up to date with other gaming things. You guys are awesome. Until next time, don't forget to rip and tear. Peace.